So as I was thinking about our morning inspiration, one word came to mind. It's the word more. It's a pretty intoxicating word in our culture today, right? More. In fact, what I'd like you to do, if you're here and if you're watching online, you can just do it if there's anyone around you, or you can just write this down and just take 10 seconds really quick, and to the person next to you or around you, share with them, what do you wish you had more of? What do you wish you had more of? 10 seconds, go. All right, that's 10 seconds. So, who said they wish they had more money or resources? No one? Time? Who said, oh, there we go, time, right? Some people say, wish we had more business right now, like made more business deals, more authority. Some people might say, I wish I had more rest, more peace, more family time, more vacation. More is a real dangerous word, because more drives us to action, and sometimes not always in a positive way. Right? I need more business, so I'm going to work harder. I need more time, so I'm going to squeeze every ounce out of it and not get rest or sleep or family time. More causes us to sometimes stand out on faulty foundations by making decisions we might not always make, because it allows us to get more. More can drive us to be selfish or self-centered. And so I was thinking about how often there are two ways in which we want more. We either want more of me, or I need to become more. I wonder if you've ever thought either of those. I need to be more, or I need to do more. How many of you remember the film Multiplicity? Anyone ever seen that movie, Multiplicity? And the guy clones himself and clones himself and clones himself, because then he's able to keep doing more without having to actually do more, because there was more of him. And I think there are times you and I, we think we need to be more, right? Like, I need more energy, more time, more family, more meetings. And if there's me in more of these things, it would be more successful, because I can do more and people need more of me. Or I need to become more, so I'm going to keep learning and growing. I need to be more gifted. I need to be smarter. And if I were all these things, then things would go much better, because I need to be more. But as I was thinking about that, I was thinking, what if becoming more is part of the problem? What if me thinking that I need to be more is part of the problem? Because doing more and becoming more becomes a little bit of a cyclical problem, isn't it? Right? If I need to do more, then I need to become more, and I'll become more so I can do more, so that then I have to become more to do more. And you always are only as good as the next performance and the next thing you can do and what you have to contribute. And that's a lot of weight to carry. I realize that because in ministry, even as a pastor, you can get caught up in that. You could keep thinking, well, I'm going to keep doing more and more and more, and putting in longer hours and saying, well, people are available only in the evening, so I'll put more evenings in to meet with more people, and more weekends to do more ministry so that things can grow. And in my own ministry, as I began to do it, I realized that I was working almost 7 days a week and 5 to 6 evenings a week. Not healthy. But I felt I needed to do more so things could become more, and then I needed to become more to keep propping up those things that I was doing more with. I wanted to be more. I was thinking about that in reference to this passage in John chapter 3. And as you listen to this, I want you to listen from the perspective of John the Baptist. Pretend you were John the Baptist in this moment. John the Baptist has been out doing ministry, and this is what's said. Now, a discussion arose between some of the disciples of John the Baptist and some Jews, and they came to John and said, Rabbi, Jesus, who was with you across the Jordan, to whom you bore witness, look, he's baptizing people, and they're all running after him." John answered, "A person cannot receive even one thing unless it is given to him from heaven." And he talks about what that means for a second, but then at the end he goes this, he says, "Therefore I must decrease so that he may increase." How would that feel? You must become less so that Christ may become more. How many of us would love to just say, okay, I'll just pass my business off to somebody else so that they can become more? No, right? That's not seen as necessarily the smart thing to do. Or I'm going to make my name known less and glorify others more. That's not a natural thing to do. But John here says, I must decrease so that he may increase. Some of the problem with more is this, is if I have to work more and I'm not going to take a day off and I'm not going to rest, then maybe I'm saying I need to become more because I don't need to depend on God and I depend on him less. Or I have to become smarter, and in becoming more, I depend on God's wisdom less. Or I have to achieve more, and the more I achieve, the less I see God's work in the midst of it all because, well, I can make it. I can do it. I have the power. I must become more, and when I become more, all too often, God becomes less. But God wants to remind us every day that what he wants is for him to become more in our life, for his name to be known more in our life and through our life, that we need to become less so that Jesus might be more in every area of our life.